Today I'll be painting a scenery painting of just leaving La Veta, Colorado. La Veta is a small town in Colorado and a beautiful mountain range called the Spanish Peaks. And I wanted to get that down, got a photograph of it, and am going to be doing an acrylic painting. You'll see me here. I'm examining the photograph. I'll put that up in the upper right-hand corner. I'm just sketching in the biggest shapes, the mountain range in the background and the different elevations of the land so that I can capture the most interesting shapes. So I really do seek that. If there's a diagonal or a road that winds through the mountain, we want to capture that as part of just how to create something that really does sing, this is the particular mountain range. And so I look for those little, you might say, traits of that particular mountain, that particular bush that's in the landscape. I look at what is it I want to exploit or to at least emphasize. And I find that when I do that from the beginning, it gives me somewhere to go. It gives me clear goals. And so color choice and that type of thing is done intuitively. I do not adhere to realistic rendering of color, but instead I go with a more intuitive color approach. You see me drawing here, and of course it's not very dark. Many times I don't even use the pencil at all. I just go in with the brush. But I think that doing a pencil drawing does give you time to sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of, just go over it and discover and experiment a little bit with your pencil to find out what lines are important. So it's kind of about discovery, exploring. That's the word I'm looking for. Your pencil is something that's an exploring tool at this point. You're exploring the shape of something so that you don't have to go over it many times to get that particular trait recorded. So as you can see in the photo, the mountain in the background has a definite pattern to it, a two-toned pattern when it comes down to the biggest shapes. So I don't want to have to go in there with any kind of detail, but instead I want to capture those two main shapes. And in that particular mountain, there are a few smaller shapes that I indicate with different layers of color as I work through the painting. But to get that big shape on the top of the mountain where the crevices are showing up in the mountain, that's what we want to do. Now I'm putting together my paints. I've got an ultramarine blue. I'm putting down a manganese blue. Just all of the colors that seem to be used in this landscape, predominantly green and blue, but yet I will work into it with other color, as you'll see in the later steps of the process. But the greens and blues that I want to get in the sky and the mountain and the middle ground and foreground are a combination of different blues. I've also got a turquoise in there for a darker blue. And of course, the ultramarine's dark. Lots of white. You have to get some white on the palette because the white is very important because your values change. And the more you have correct value change, the more, you could say, complicated, but also more stand out. Your colors layering on top of each other give depth. So that's what I like to achieve, is depth, and I will hope to show you how to do that. So I'm looking here at my palette of color and trying to determine which blue to put into the sky. I'm choosing to use the manganese blue with the white mixed in, and we'll start with the sky. Well, actually, I'm going to start with the background mountain. I don't always start with the same landmass. I don't always go from the top down, but this time I'm going to start in the middle, upper middle, and you'll see me go into the mountain area. I'm adding some paint already. Having a warm color in there is something that seems to be calling out to me. So I've got some quinacridone magenta. That's a very beautiful color, and we'll bring some purpley tone. with me today. Please make a comment. Ask questions. If you like the fact that I put text on and help with those reminders and one way of communicating what I'm doing. If that's something you like, please comment. If you don't like it, let me know. Let me know what you like. And so I appreciate you watching, and I hope this has been a helpful video.